Welcome back, guys, to my channel. And today we are very privileged to have Senu, a very prominent guy who is here to brief us on his first-hand experience or personal experience on a particular misinformation going around since Trump came back to power about those who have dual citizenship, those who have the United States passport, as well as their original country's passports, traveling out of the United States to their home country with those dual passports and confiscation of passports or retention of their passport and all these issues. We saw a lot of videos in the social media where people said they traveled to their home country. On their way back, they were refused entry into the United States just because they do not have visa in their passport, while hitherto they were just traveling with both passports. When you are leaving the United States to, say, Ghana, all you need to do is to take your Ghana passport. When you reach the Kotoka International Airport, you produce your Ghana passport. On your return back to the US, you also produce your US passport, then you are allowed in. But you saw a lot of videos where somebody even stood at the airport to say that yes, he was coming back, and indeed he was not allowed entry because he did not obtain any visa in the passport or in the United States passport when traveling out of the United States. So we have our own brother here, Senu, who has traveled out of Ghana with his United States passport as well as his Ghanaian passport. So we want him to brief us on his personal experience with this. Then we know that he's telling us the exact truth, because I can at least put my head on the chopping board for Senu in telling the truth, his honest truth about this, not for any social media followership or lives or likes or anything, but at least to inform us as to the reality that he experienced, so that at least people would also have some peace of mind when they want to travel or how to go about it. So, Senu, welcome.
Thank you.
So, yeah, tell us your experience when you went, and if you may even have to show us one or two proofs. Maybe we would block some of the parts where maybe your personal details may not even show, but at least prove that outsiders, those who are viewing, would know that you actually traveled and experienced one or two aside what people were saying. So over to you.
Thank you. Well, this is my first-hand experience of traveling with a US passport and a Ghanaian passport, okay? First of all, I want people to understand that laws do work in this country. We are not in a banana republic where, you can just stand up and do things anyhow you like. So the United States does not restrict anybody from holding dual nationality, okay? Even if you were born on US soil, you are allowed to acquire another nationality, so long as that country allows it, okay? So in my case, I was born and bred in Ghana. I relocated to the United States back in 2007. And that was with a green card. And of course, if you stay for 5 years, you would have the opportunity to, apply for citizenship. That is, if you want, through a naturalization process. Okay. So I naturalized. So I'm a naturalized US citizen. So right after 5 years, I naturalized and became a citizen of the United States. When I naturalized, I did not give away my Ghanaian citizenship. So automatically, I'm a Ghanaian national, and I'm also a US national. The only way that I can become a national of only one country is if I had denounced my citizenship, my Ghanaian citizenship. Okay. However, when we were sworn in as US nationals, our Ghanaian passports were not seized. And Ghana has that relationship with the US. So Ghana allows dual nationality, the US allows dual nationality. Now, back in those days, if you became a citizen of the United States, you are required to apply for a dual nationality certificate or the dual nationality card for Ghana. So a lot of people use that to travel. However, it took a long time for those cards to be processed. And I've forgotten the name of this professor, but he filed a lawsuit and he won the lawsuit. So that canceled that whole process of dual nationals applying for the nationality card in Ghana. So automatically, if you become a national of the US and your passport, you still have a Ghanaian passport, that means you're a dual national. You don't need, there is no other process that you need to go through. However, if you want to waste money, you can go to what do you call it? The Ministry of Affairs in Ghana and go and waste your money and acquire your dual nationality certificate. It's up to you. Okay, so let's get back to the issue of traveling as a dual citizen. Okay, now, if you purchase a ticket and you want to go to Ghana and you are a United States citizen, definitely you need a visa before you can go to Ghana. Okay.
Yeah.
However, if you are a dual national and your Ghanaian passport is still valid, you do not need a Ghanaian visa. In this situation, you are a national of the US and you're a national of Ghana, so you don't need a visa. Now, the onus, however, lies on the carriers. I'm talking about the airlines, be it KLM, British Airways, Lufthansa, American Airlines, United Airlines. The onus lies on them how to process you out of the United States. Okay. Now, states.gov states that if you are a national of the US and you are exiting the US, you have to leave on your American passport.
Yeah.
When you are coming back,
I'm sure that's where the controversy comes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. When you are coming back, you come back on your American passport. Once you land in America, you're on American soil, present your American passport, and you're good to go.
Okay.
The issue is when you are leaving, okay? So the onus lies on the carriers, that is the airlines. Different carriers or different airlines and how they process people out of the country, okay? Now, several times on several locations, KLM, Lufthansa, British Airways, my parents have been traveling back and forth. When we get to the counter, we present the American passport first.
Okay.
Then, of course, they're going to ask you, where is your visa?
I would like you to help us in this way. First, leaving the US to Ghana.
Yes.
What did you experience before then we'll go back to returning to the US?
With all the noise, with all the buzz on social media, with all the media attention in this current administration, I didn't experience nothing at all. It was just a breeze. That was one of the easiest I've ever traveled in my life. Okay. I got to the airport.
If you can give us a date or the month, not specific date, but the month you did, so people will know that you actually traveled.
I can give you a specific date. I left here March 7th.
2020.
Yes, 2025. March 7th, 2025. I only went for just a 1 week period. Then I came back on the 13th. Okay. So when I got to the counter, I was trying to process myself. You know, you have the self
check-in.
The self-check-in. I was trying to process myself. So I used my American passport. And then, of course, the flight came and one of the attendants approached me and asked me for my visa. And I showed her my Ghanaian passport.
Okay.
And she said, no, I made a mistake. So I should process myself with my Ghanaian passport.
Okay.
Right? So she took over the whole thing, processed me with my Ghanaian passport. Easy, no questions asked.
Okay.
But within me, I knew she was making a mistake. However, I didn't bother. So long as I leave, I'm gone.
All right.
Whatever problem I face in Ghana or wherever, I'll deal with it. So she processed me out, no questions asked, nothing. You know, I left. I didn't have no issues. We landed in we landed in Washington D.C.
Okay,
Then from Washington,
through
yes, I did a transit through Washington D.C. So from Washington D.C. to Ghana. When I got to Ghana, I used my Ghanaian passport and exit out of Ghana.
Okay.
Now, when I
And
was coming back,
never asked you if you
no,
had
no, no, no,
visa
not at
or
all. Nobody even asked me whether I had a US passport or not. Not so my US passport at the time was just, I mean, I didn't use it. It was just irrelevant at the time. Okay. Now, coming back, okay, I presented my US passport. So when I got to immigration, one of the immigration officers looked at my US passport and he realized there was no stamp in the passport. Automatically, he knows that there was no way I could have gotten myself into the country without any checks and, you know, without any checks. So he asked me, "Do you have a Ghanaian passport?" I said, "Yes." He asked to see it. I presented my Ghanaian passport to him. So he fused the two passports together, gave it to me. I went through security checks. Boom, I was gone. And
Okay,
then
so even in the US, all you needed to prove how you exited was to show your Ghanaian passport.
that was it. In the US, that was it.
Okay.
However, the lady at the counter made a mistake.
Okay. That was when
Because,
you were going. Yeah.
yes, I've done this several times. That's why I'm saying that the onus lies on the carriers.
Okay.
Because whatever penalty, whatever punitive that comes out of this whole thing will be levied on the airline. So they are the ones who are going to be responsible for paying. They allowed you to go. So if there was a mistake, they are the ones who will pay for it. So let's say, assuming Ghana says, hey, before you get to Ghana, you need a yellow fever card. Without a yellow fever card, you can never come to Ghana. And they allowed you to go. Ghana has every right to
admit you.
Yes, no. Ghana has every right to levy charges on the airlines.
Airline. Okay.
Do you get it? So in this case, if the airline allows you to go, that means all the responsibility lies on them. Okay. But what I've read and what I've been doing all over the years with my parents' travel is that once you get to the airport, you get to the counter, you present your US passport first because you are leaving the United States. They must know that you are living. Their citizen is leaving the country. Okay. So if something happens wherever you are going, they are able to track you. Okay. So you present your US passport, they ask you for your visa, then you show them your Ghana passport.
Okay.
That's the norm.
Okay.
But I guess this lady didn't know how to go about the whole system. So for her, it was easy for me to go on a Ghanaian passport. So that's how she processed me out.
Okay.
Yes.
So that means all the noise we've been hearing on social media about you cannot travel without acquiring a visa in the US passport from your home country or from your original country. All those are just for social media buzz and they never happened. Or
honestly, I feel that it's an absolute lie, and people are just doing it for social media buzz and for their parochial interest. Whatever they are seeking to gain from all this misinformation, I have no clue.
All right.
Yes.
It's good that you also shared your personal experience so that those who are planning to travel will not maybe be struggling to now go to DC to acquire a visa in their Ghanaian passport, so far as they have a valid Ghanaian passport or any other African country nationality, so far as they have that valid passport still with them and they have the US passport as well, then they can as well just travel without acquiring a visa in the US passport.
100%. And if you watch most of these like YouTube videos, you know, of course, YouTube, when you put videos out there, people go and comment. Look at the comment section. Go there and look at the comment section. Pay particular attention to the comment section. You realize that a lot of people are bashing them, that if they don't have the right information, they shouldn't come out to give misinformation to the public.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
one of the reasons why I really wanted us to also share your honest opinion about all this and your experience, because you've experienced it yourself. And I cannot vouch for all those guys, but at least I can vouch for you. And I know whatever information you put out there will be the honest truth. And
Yeah.
I'm very happy that you've also shed light on this. And people will now, because, you know, because of the new immigration restructuring and everything, people are on the edge. So they are quick to believe whatever comes their way, and everybody is jittery. And this when misinformation sells so much. So I believe, at least with your explanation and how you went through the process, I'm very sure that people will now believe that all that took place, their concerns would also be addressed. And thanks to
welcome. My only concern is that, you know, a lot of people are causing fear and panic.
Yeah.
You know, giving out false misinformation and all that. I mean, false information and all that. You know, just purely misinforming the public. And so, if you are a U.S. national and you want to travel, you know, you kind of have that fear and panic within you. Man, look, just go ahead, and if you want to travel anytime you feel comfortable, go ahead, purchase your ticket and go. If the airline would not allow you to go, they wouldn't allow you to go. So if the airline allows you to go, I mean, what's the deal with, you know, you coming back and they not allowing you? Man, once you're a US national with a US passport and you get to look, it's as easy, it's very easy.
Yeah, right.
It like in DFW, the immigration officers don't even inspect your passport. They, you know, they have the what do you call it? The e-check or whatever.
Yeah.
You only stand there, take a picture of your image, and boom, you are gone.
Yeah. Yeah.
They know you, my friend. They know you.
Yeah. And they do the biometric scanning now with
Yes.
your pupils or your eyelid or whatever it is.
Man.
They pick before you even approach the counter. They had already run your like your bio and all that, and know.
So
your
what I can also say is that now, if whatever they are saying is true, then they should bring evidence of, you know, their travel. And also, like, I'll put my travel itinerary information on here so people can see. So they should also bring their evidence. And also, if something of that nature had happened, maybe they made a mistake of putting certain items in their baggage that is not supposed to be there. They scanned their bags, or maybe they checked through their bags and they found certain things, and, you know, they pulled them out of they pulled them from the line just to make sure that whatever they are bringing in is legal and stuff like that. It doesn't mean that they you know,
they shouldn't leverage all those things to misinform the public and cause fear and panic.
Exactly. It's just as simple as that.
All right. So thanks so much. I'm sure another time we'll talk about your experience in Ghana for the 1 week that you've been to Ghana. Are you thinking of joining Jaru and the rest? Are you looking? I'm sure that is also the pencil of hope. Or I saw Jaru commissioning a classroom block.
Yes, you can see the wonderful things people like Jaru, Michael Blackson, you know, and the likes are doing in Ghana. Okay, so if you have people who have a good heart for the country, we should welcome such. We should welcome such initiatives. However, I just believe that Ghana is a crime scene, man. Ghana has become a crime scene to the extent that if you who is seeking to do good in Ghana, they rather punish you for doing good. But we shouldn't give up. We shouldn't give up. That is our homeland.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
If you
I'm
have any aspirations of doing something good in Ghana, just go ahead and do it.
I'm
But
sure when we continue to speak truth to power, the politicians will know that they are to serve but not to be served. And their
exactly,
admiration and everything is because we
we give them
appointed
the
them.
power.
Yeah, we
That's
give
one
them
thing
the
they have
power
to.
and we can always take the
Yes,
power from them. And anyone who genuinely mean well should be the one to serve. And we should all see it. You don't need to paint a black or red picture of a politician to be. Everybody knows whether you hate that person so much or not. You know that this person is doing so well, and if any politician is doing so, irrespective of our political affiliations, we should all support such people so that at least we can transform the country to meet the high standards of the likes of
100%,
Singapore and Malaysia and the rest that all had
100%.
independence the same year or around the same time Ghana had independence, but they are far, far ahead of us. And it's our hope that we'll all contribute our little quota,
Quota.
yeah, in developing our motherland. If there is no other place we'd
There's no
call
other
home.
place,
Yeah,
man.
no matter how
No
far we
other
go and
place.
hustle, Ghana is always our home. And
Yes.
thanks so much for sharing light or highlighting your experience in. And I believe this will go far and near for everybody to know the actual truth now.
Yes. Let's push this. Let's make sure that
Mm,
we send ours out there to
yeah,
counter whatever
yeah,
is already out. So
sure.
at least people can have that ease of mind to travel.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
All right. All right. So I'll be waiting for my Agbamekanu as soon as we meet.
No
And
problem. No problem.
okay, thanks so much for having the opportunity to share all this. I know time is very, very important here. So if you spend a little time, it's worth millions of dollars, and we appreciate that so much. Senu.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, have a blessed day.
All right.